as tonight. Before you open up your eyes and you beg me to stay, I'll leave 'cause I can't stand to see you hurt this way. Sleep, my love, as I kiss you goodbye, and I won't hear the sound of your cry. Sleep, my love, as I kiss you goodbye, then I won't hear the sound of your cry. Who wants to go next in the chat room now? Is there anyone who wants to take this mic? 'Cause I'm standing here and I'm scared of fright. Sleep, my love, as I kiss you goodbye, then I won't hear the sound of your cry. No, take his mic away from me, somebody. Who wants to take it? I'll tell you what, since I can't really tell who's next, Mag is next, and I can't make out the name, to 2441. So I'll tell you what I'll do. First one of you, when I say go, you got to wait till I say go. I'm gonna say 1, 2, 3, go, and then the very first one to get to 777 up is gonna be the one who's next, regardless, because I can't make out on my screen. So you ready? When you mark, get set. 1, 2, 3, go. Whoop! All right, who we got? Okay. Some unknown dude named Sean. Sean, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll let you take it, buddy, but you're going to have to do something for me. You're going to have to sing just a little bit more like John Lennon than you usually do, you know. You got to promise me that. You got to stop all that playing around and you got to, you got to really lay it out there. You got to do it. You got to show who you are to the people. I mean, you got to do it, man. We're island brothers, you know. We're on the island. You know, we're island brothers, and we get a brotherhood. Listen, behind the scenes, Sean and I, we actually run the world. Well, there's actually other people who run the world too. We're the good guys, but we're fighting like superheroes. I'm Captain Marvel. I don't know who he is. Captain Hippie. No, I'm just teasing. I'm teasing my brother. Stereotypes, man. What can I say? Actually, I think I would have made a great superhero. Come to think of it, Captain Hippie. Won't you make it up, man? It'd be ours, man. That's why you say it back then, man. Man, dude, guy, whatever. We'll make up a 60s, a 60s person, not a flower child or anything like that, just a 60s person. They've got to have long hair and a beard, and they got to have round glasses, like somebody else we know, and who like he became famous for it one time. Or you can leave the beard off, just whatever you want to do. But you got to have a superhero, and his name is going to be either Captain Hippie or Hippie Man. And he's got to have a superpower as well. And I don't know. My suggestion for his superpower is he plays the guitar or piano and sings, and when he does, people are entranced and they listen and listen, and he can take them over because he plays and sings so well that he throws them off guard, and then he can grab them, take them over, do whatever. And his power of music works on everybody. That's his superpower. As well as and he goes by. Sometimes he'll go by the alias of I ain't gonna say it. I shouldn't. Paul McCartney. He goes by the alias Paul McCartney at times, you know. But you know, and instead of the Beatles, he's got a band called the Rosebuds. No, I'm teasing. But really, we ought to make something funny out of like that. You know, I believe it'd go over, man. I really do. But no, my good friend, ladies and gentlemen, he knows I'm just teasing him. We tease each other, you know. And anyway, here he goes, Mr. John Lennon. Go ahead, take it.
Okay, you know, maybe how about this, John? You know, that he was in some kind of suspended animation or something. You know, he come from the '60s, but he got a, you know, I mean, it was taken with a Captain America where he's frozen in the Arctic ice in the north or something with his sidekick Bucky and that, you know, and they thawed him out, you know. But something else, you know, some kind of other thing, you know, that he was, you know, in some kind of suspended animation, maybe like a government testing, and you know, he needed the bread man, because you know that's what they called money back then, you know, bread man. He needed the dough, he needed the bread man. So you know, he needed to go buy his, you know, stuff up and you know, things like that, and you know, so he stood in a long line, and you know, let's say it's military, you know, military people that had some, you know, cryogenic thing, and they were testing things out, you know, and he needed the cash, you know, so he, you know, he was a test subject in that kind of thing, and they put him in this cryogenic deep freeze, and the freezer broke, you know, and he come crawling out, and all the other poor subjects didn't make it, but you know, but Captain Hippie, you know, came out, and he came out, John, with some magic powers, or some, not magic, but no magic, but superpowers, you know, when he come out of this cryogenic thing, not like Captain America, where they did, you know, something like that also as well, and gave him some injections, but instead just, you know, a cryogenic thing, and he comes out and he's got some I like your idea that he entranced people. It's kind of like the Pied Piper, you know, and he plays some songs and entrances people. But okay, but I think it's a great idea, you know, Captain Hippie. So John, let me ask you this: cape or no cape? A tasteful cape, maybe, you know. What do you think for Captain Hippie? You know, should he have a cape or not a cape? You know, being a superhero, you know, like he's dressed in his regular hippie clothes when he's walking down the street, and then he just throws on a cape and like a small mask or something, you know, to become, you know, hippie man, you know. So anyways, you let me know, you think about it, you know. He's got power love beads, you know, his love beads, he throws them at little explosives, you know, against the bad people. Yes, definitely a Sergeant Pepper jacket, you know, he could be wearing a pepper jacket, you know, and that's, yeah, it's a great idea. I love your idea, you know, it's I haven't seen one yet. Can he fly? It depends on what he was smoking. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. You know, sometimes he'd say, yeah, you know. It's like, I'm flying, and they'd say, no, Captain Hippie, you're just sitting there, you know. You're not off the ground. It's like, no, really, I'm flying right now. I'm just, ooh, didn't you see that? You know, went by a cloud right then, you know. Yeah, he could spy on people with his mind. That's a good one, John. You know. And you know, he stands in line for, you know, some free food, you know, things like that from time to time, and he's looking for people now in the modern day, looking for someone that he could live in with a commune with all these people. Not any, you know. So he's and everyone that okay, the injections accidentally give him an anti-gravity ability that allows him to fly. Yeah, so he can fly, and the only downside is for him is all the people that he's into with the, you know, the peace, love, and dove, you know, thinking. You know, they're all in you know, senior homes, you know, things like that. You know, now that's too depressing. I don't want to go there. But anyway, all right. I'll play a song, and then I'll get off. But I love that idea, John. Superhero, Captain Hippie. I'm gonna come up with a theme song for him. His worst enemy is Yoko, his ex-wife, because he's now married to Marilyn Monroe secretly. Shh, you gotta keep that down, right? Marilyn. Okay, all right. It's only Magnadium, you are the next, and then, okay, all right. If Magnadium would speak up, because you gave them the chance, I think it would work too, yeah, John. I think it's a great idea, I haven't seen anything like that. I've seen a lot of comic books. I know you like comic books as well. I've never seen anything like a Captain Hippie, It never has been, so yeah, it's a little comedy, but it'd be a great idea. It still would work, We'll have to think about that, John. Come up with some more ideas for that one, yeah, I better take it, I better do something quick, huh? Write it down and get an idea. Get what is it, a patent or something, on it before someone steals, Captain Hippie. There's a lot of people, right now listening, There's people that are like, oh, that's it, I'm going to steal that idea for a comic. Okay, but they heard it first, we have proof, you came up with it, so it's your idea, it's your concept, and, they can't steal it from us, We'll drop them off somewhere, They won't find them for a long time. Yes, we're partners, John, absolutely. Just like on an island, Now, just for those people that want to know, some people have asked me, they want to know, can I go to the island, and can I buy a ticket for the island, things like that, because they want to go to the island with you and I, John, It is our bat cave, absolutely, and I don't know what to tell these people, I mean, if they, if they want to buy a ticket, to the island or something like that, I don't know what to say to these people. They could, yeah, the Brotherhood never allows that knowledge of the island out. That's what I want to tell them, but I didn't want to say anything about the Brotherhood, though, John. So I'll just tell them that, or those people listening now who've, said, can we go to the island? Can I go to the island? Things like that. Really, I'm not the person to ask, and like John said, the Brotherhood doesn't allow it, And no, Luke, you've never been there, Look at me, I'm Luke. Look at me, woohoo, look at me. Hey, everybody, look at me. I've been there. I went to a water park there once. Look at me, woohoo, I'm Luke. Look at me, woohoo, woohoo, bouncing off the walls. Woohoo. I'm not talking to you, fool. Well, I'm talking. No, you're not talking to me. Yeah. Ooh, look at me. Ooh, here I am, everyone. Hey, look at me. It's Luke. Look, I can type. My fingers work. Look, I can type. Ooh, I'm not talking to this fool. Look at me. Ooh, look at me. I'm Skippy. Peanut butter, right? Skippy peanut butter. Okay. Tell them if they really want to go to the island, that such a Brotherhood might sacrifice the idol gods because they're evil people and we're the only good guys. And that's true. It's very dangerous. There's a big chance of that. Those island, the idol gods that are set up on there, sacrificing the island gods, and they do it for, they'll do it for anything, they'll sacrifice them to island gods and, they never heard or seen from again, So it's not worth it, it's not really worth it. It's very dangerous. It's a dangerous island. You have to know what part of the island to go to. There's one side, where you can get something to drink, and then there's another side that you might end up missing, Yes, we have. The last 7, was it 7 or 8 last count, John? I don't remember now. I thought it was 8, wasn't it? It's 7. Yeah, it was 7. That's right, 7. No, it was 7. You're right. Yeah. Yeah, and they tried to work the juju on us, and it didn't work. The juju had no effect. Those people on that island. Anyways, I'm going to sing a song, and I'm taking up a lot of time. So here we go. John, great idea. We'll work on that hippie man, Captain Hippie. I mean, you know, that sounds a great idea. I love it. Okay, so here we go. Only you can make this world seem right. Only you can make the darkness right. Oops. Only you. Oh, oops, I did it again. Only you and you alone can do me like you do. Fill my heart with love. Only you. Oh, only you can make this change in me. Oh, it's true. You are my destiny. When you hold my hand, I understand the magic that you do. You're my dream come true. Oops. Dream come true. I can't play today. You're my dream come true. My one and only you. Only you can make this world seem right. Only you can make the darkness bright. Only you and you alone can do me like you do. And fill my heart with love. Oh, only you. Oh, only you can make this change in me. Though it's true, ooh, you are my destiny. When you hold my hand, I understand the magic that you do. You're my dream come true. My one and only you. Only you. Only you. Only you, only you, only you, yeah, only you, only you. Yeah, there's a bebop one, Susie, right? Bebop, bebop-a-lula, she's my baby. Woo! Okay. So anyways, I'm going to get off. John, was a lot of fun. It's great. I love the idea of Captain Hippie. And for those of you that are disappointed that you can't go to the island, sorry, that's the way it is. It's either that or sacrifice, and you don't want that, Nobody wants to be sacrificed to animals, Well, sacrifice to the gods of the islands, but I'm giving it away a little bit, John. The idols that they worship are animals on that island, they're gods, so sacrificing to animals is what they're doing. It's terrible what they do on that island, And we saved 7 people. We're heroes, but I don't want to brag about that, John. Brag on ourselves, But it was pretty cool. They tried to work their mojo on us. It didn't work, and all that. But no, it was 7. You're right, John. It was 7. Yeah, you're right the first time. It was definitely 7. Yeah, 888 might frighten them because it looks like inverted eyeballs. Be like a sideways creature coming their way. We just turn the 8s upside down. That might scare them. They'd be like this monster with like 6 eyes coming at them. They'd be frightened to run away. Remember how stupid they were and how they run, and they run into each other, and what a laugh we had. We had a great time. We're laughing at these two, that bump into each other and that. But yeah, they're so superstitious. They couldn't believe me big lighter. When I lit it, it was ooh magic. Well, they call it mojo. Ooh mojo. And then when they tried sacrificing people, I just put it under the backside. And what's that? I think Steve Fever has lost our trail temporarily. Who's Steve Fever? Oh yeah, Steve Fever. I forgot. Yeah. Well, John, um, you're really good at covering the trail. It's okay. I could talk about it. Okay. I didn't know if I could talk about covering that trail, John, but yeah, I remember Dixie. He told him about George Bush while I was singing. Oh, yeah, and became an impersonator. John, you're giving too much away. I hate to say it, but we don't know who's paying attention, who's reading this, and who's actually here. Yeah, Steve Fever, absolutely. But we gotta be careful about all that stuff. Secret agent stuff. We have to be, you know, gotta watch that. Anyways, I'm gonna get off the microphone before I give too much away and slip up, myself. Yeah, we do have to come forward with this knowledge. John, braver than me. That's what it comes down to. I'm just hiding in the background a bit. Anyways, so off with that. On with comic book Captain Fantastic Hippie Man, and onward and upward. Okay. So I'll talk to you in a bit, and I'll having a great time, John. Love it, and let's keep that ball rolling. Okay. Here we go. Love you, man, John. Here we go.
Bye-bye, LT. Might be Steve Fever in disguise. Whoever he is, we know he's wow, I better not talk no more. He starts with a J, and then it has an A in the middle, and he's a J, and then a CK in the middle before that. Tell you what, some people, I tell you one thing. Sean, you know what? Next time you see him, I want you to pop him over the head. LT deserves you to do it. I'm gonna stay peaceful, but Captain Hippie needs to take care of that idiot. Sorry, folks, but read what it said, and you'll see what I'm talking about. On a serious note, or is it not so serious? I can't decide. Steve Fever is the name our culprit enemy George Bush is now going by. He has put on a jumpsuit and grew some sideburns, or he's buying them. I don't know which one, but he's hiding as an Elvis impersonator at times. He decided to take that new identity not too many years ago. He just I've got to come forward with the truth. I can't hold it no longer. He's out to eliminate me, and he's out to eliminate Sean and anybody who's with us. But he feels like if he can cut the head off, he'll vanquish everybody else, I reckon. But he even talks with accent sometimes. By accent, I mean something that's not his usual thing. And but sometimes he goes back and forth. He just decides which one he wants to do when he's in a certain particular room. But he's got a website and everything. Yeah, really, I kid you not. George Bush has become an ETA. I kid you not, because he thinks I am in the world of ETAs and he has come for me. That's what I've been told. I kid you not. If you Google him, you're going to find out I'm right. Pictures and all. He made some mistakes, man. I tell you what, his face is too recognizable. He shouldn't have come out there as an Elvis impersonator. He should have been something else, I don't know. George Bush, maybe he should have been changed his face a little bit and run for president again. I don't know. Who knows? But he has decided to take the Elvis impersonator route, so I reckon he thinks he can stick around longer that way. And he's in power, and he's He's one of the big wigs of the order. I know this all sounds funny, but if you Google it, you'll find out. If you don't hear about this and take his website down. He's, he plays a good guy on television, but, he was one of the masterminds of a certain thing happened recently I'm not going to mention. At least that's what I heard. And, as far as those folks go, I guess he's one of the better ones, but he's still an evil politician. What can I say? Oil tycoon, evil politician. The better of the two evils, maybe, but still, But now he has pushed his fight, forward, and he has become an Elvis impersonator. And he's using the name Steve Fever. I don't know what he does. Maybe he's got George is a shapeshifter. Is what I heard anyway. I kid you not. Look it up if you don't believe me. What's his name? David Hickey. Some people pronounce it differently. David Hickey, David Icke, whatever his name is. He's got a whole website out there about it. And not that I'm putting anything he does. No, don't. He's got some things dead right. I'm just using some things in fun, but he said that George Bush is a shape-shifting reptilian. So if he's right, then I don't think he's I don't think he's shape-shifted enough personally, to be. But he stayed too much like himself. But still, he's got the name Steve Fever, and he goes back and forth between George Bush and Steve Fever, and he's got all these weird government powers, and he hangs out in different places. Sometimes he even goes, he hangs out in the UK a lot, and Texas a lot, different places, I reckon. He may not let you know that, but don't ask him now. Don't message him and say, "Are you George Bush?" Because he's going to get mad at you. He plays up the role of Elvis impersonator to the T. He's available for parties and things like that, but all he's doing is getting knowledge. If you hire him for your wedding, beware. That's what I say. Because he's there, he's just listening. He's got an ear to the ground. He's listening for knowledge about me and about Sean and where he can find this. He knew he couldn't get anywhere where he was at, and wouldn't do him any good trying to get it on the island, because everybody's a brotherhood there, and the brotherhood's not allowed to do anything to the brotherhood. But so hang loose. Well, I'll tell you what, look him up and you'll find out. Like I told you, I don't think he morphed enough, He's trying, but he didn't morph enough. I guess his mind can't concentrate enough to completely become what he needs to become. He's still thinking too much like himself. That's what I heard about those folks. The ones that morph, I heard they have to concentrate on what they want to look like, that type of thing, and then they just gradually morph into it. Apparently, he can't get his own, politician life out of the way, and he just, ends up getting sideburns and, the hairstyle and the jumpsuit, and that's about it. He might be able to morph his face just a little bit. He tries, but he's not, it's not too good. I think he may have been part of the inspiration for finding Graceland. But honestly, using Harvey. Harvey's a good guy, but that may have been the reason why they used Harvey Keitel, is because he's of all the actors, he looks probably the most like George Bush and the most like Steve Fever. So they're trying to send a message: beware of Steve Fever. Even though he's a good guy in the movie, and he's a good guy. He is a good guy in the movie, but it's a message movie. Beware of Steve Fever. Beware of someone coming asking you, questions and telling you he's Elvis and looking like George Bush. And, beware, beware, beware. For he has come How long he'll stay, I don't know. But Steve Fever is here today. Wait, if you think I'm lying, just Google Steve Fever. Google, do it right now. Just open a window, Google Steve Fever and Elvis together, and see if I'm lying. See if I'm telling a story. I dare you. And just don't tell him about me, and don't tell him about Sean. Of course, most of you don't know where we are at the time, but still don't tell him anyway, because he's just trying to gather knowledge. If he gets in here, he probably won't do nothing, but still, he can't do nothing on the island. Like I said, we got too much power there, but he tries to do things outside the island. If he can get us outside the island, that's a different story. So he has come to the world of ETAs. George Bush has arrived in the world of ETAs, and before that, before he was George Bush, the oil tycoon and President of the United States, he was the irritating kid in third grade. No, I'm just teasing. Who knows? Who knows what he was in the past? He could have been anything. But those of you who get curious enough to actually Google Steve Fever and Elvis together, you're going to find out what I'm talking about. But don't you ask him about George Bush, just don't do it. Because he's never going to tell you the truth. And if he does, beware, beware, beware. And Sean, I was thinking about that number now, 7. It may have been 8, because you forget that last one we saved, the young lady. It was going to get her, the young lady that, reading, hang loose. Carol done found him. Carol, you better beware. You're dealing with a powerful man there. He's going to play the role of Elvis impersonator to the T, but he's one of the evil world rulers. Almost as evil as the Obama administration. Almost. And I'm teasing, but I'm not teasing. I'm telling you. You see. People just have to look him up, find out, if I'm right or wrong, or if I'm lying or teasing, or I'm never going to tell. We're not allowed to talk about that kind of thing. All I can do is throw out hints. Sean, remember last time they almost got you, man? You remember the last time they almost got you? You was on your way to the island, I think, that time, wasn't you? And they got you just off the coast and ambushed you. You barely got away. You barely got there. See, the island is sort of like a safe post. You get there, they can't nobody do nothing to you if you're part of the high-ranked brotherhood. But even if you don't like your brothers, you can't help it. That's what you're there. They think you're one of them. They know we work against them and everything. They pretty much know it, but they can't do nothing about it. Because this spider is so big. It's got so many legs, and on the island they can't do nothing about it. You get to the island, you're safe. I'll just hang out on the island all the time because I'm safe. If I go to the island, I'll be safe. And same with Sean. But if he gets off the island, they'll try to take him out like they did in the old days. They tried. I don't even know how you pulled that thing you did off. Anyway, maybe you ought to tell people sometime how you pulled the first one off when you're supposed to be taken out a long time ago. When they got you supposedly. Oh Lord, maybe I ought to shut my mouth. But anyhow. We got to the island together, and we formed a partnership, and George Bush was thinking about joining our alliance, but then he decided to stick with his oil corporations, and decided, nah, I'm gonna be what I am. So, he had a little bit of a change your heart there for a while. So I don't know what he's doing, to be honest. I just know he's after us. He's trying to get me, he's trying to get Sean. He can't get to us because, you know, he's always running into our decoys. That's all he ever finds is our decoys. You know, he runs, he thinks he gets Sean, he runs into a decoy. He thinks he gets me, he runs into a decoy. And by the time, you know, he gets close enough, we're back at the island. That's our, you know, that's how it works. And he can't do nothing at the island except look, you know, get real red in the face and get drunk. That's all he can do, because, you know, he gets mad, you know, but he can't do nothing about it. But yeah, we need somebody like Captain Hippie to take care of these people. You know, undercover agents not gonna do it forever. We need Captain Hippie. Maybe Captain Hippie ought to wear a mask, you know. Oh Lord, I don't know. I'm rambling. But in the name of Captain Hippie and all the stuff we've been talking about, all I can say is, welcome to my world. Won't you come on in? Miracles, I guess, still happen now and then. Step into my heart, leave your cares behind. Welcome to my world, built with you in mind. Knock, and the door shall be opened. Seek, and you will find. I love you guys. Ask, and you will be given. The key to this heart of mine, I'll be waiting there with my arms unfurled, waiting just for you. Welcome to my world. Welcome to my world. There's a man who lives a life of danger. To everyone he meets, he stays a stranger. No, I'm not going to go there. Another chance he takes. Odds are he won't live to see tomorrow. Secret agent man, he's run from Steve Fever, and he's changing his name. Okay, I better get off here. We get limited time. Really, but where is Steve Fever? He's out to get us. Don't let him know. Yeah, like what in the world are you folks talking about? I don't even know a Jon Cotner. If I do know a Jon Cotner, I'm not out to get him. It's, you know, he plays it up to the max. Don't trust George. All I got to say, he's out to get us. All right. Magna D Dem. I can't see without my glasses that close. Come on up here. If you do, take it. Come on up. If not, honey, Dixieland, take it. If not, come on.
Can you hear me, John? John, can you hear me? Oh, firstly, just want to say thank you for allowing me to speak to you today. I've been looking forward to this for a long time. Geez, I don't even know what to tell you now. I was just wondering, do you, apart from writing and recording, do you do any appearances anywhere in the States, somewhere where I'd love to come and see you somewhere? And if you get a chance, I'd really love to hear you sing From a Jack to a King. It's one of my old favourites. Yeah, and I was just wondering, I'd love to send you a gift. If I send it to Marcy, would you get it? I don't hear you. I don't know whether you're hearing me or not. Yeah, sorry, go. Oh no, I'm sorry, something's happened on this side. I'm not sure if you're still hearing me. Yeah, I think I'll let you go. I'm rumbling on about nothing now, but yeah, if you get a chance, I'd love to hear you sing From a Jack to a King. Thanks very much, John. Cheers, my good friend. God bless.
Okay. Magna, whatever. Sorry about the red dot, but I don't know, you weren't dropping the mag, just to let you know. You were holding on to it. We heard you on the other side, but just let you know. You do a voice as well, man. You sound like somebody, but not quite. Not perfectly. I'm just teasing. Maybe. All right, we are running short on time. I don't have the words for that particular song in front of me at the moment, and you probably won't hear the whole song, but maybe I'll do it one day on a recording or something. I don't know, but Elvis, he probably would know it all by heart, but I'm not Elvis. As far as the gifts are concerned, let me just point something out. I'm not trying to be unkind. I don't like, I've told people in the past, I'm not set up like the other people were. I'm not trying to, this is not some setup to gather gifts, money, or whatever, That's something that Hinton, and I don't even want to really talk about it, but I have to, That was something that Hinton and Jesse and all those other folks, whoever they were, all the people who were involved, Linda and all those folks, they were doing that type of thing. Maybe they still are, I don't know. But I don't ask people for gifts, If they send them, I can't, I'm not going to send them back, that's rude, but I'm saying I'm not going to ask people for them because that's not what I'm here about. People send gifts when I guess out of love, and they want to do something. I know that feeling. But bottom line is, I'm all right. I'm all right with somebody just being my friend. It's all right. That's the best gift anybody can give me is friendship. And beyond that, it's okay. If you don't buy anything that I've ever put out. If you don't pay my dime and my nickel, just teasing. But really, if you don't get anything I've ever put out, don't listen to any of my Bible study, don't none of that kind of stuff, which is free from this point forward, the Bible studies. I'm not going to charge anything for them. I did it only in the first, not every one of them now, because other people have already done it. And there are some things that I've had to charge for, but I'm trying to charge as least as I can. It's not charging, it's going to charity, but I have taken the amount it takes to pay for all the, stuff. And there's new people, and new people get the old things that other people had to give for, and it wouldn't right. It wouldn't be right just to do it. And I'm kind of rambling, but I'm trying to make a point. It's not right to give away to one what somebody else gave something for. But I don't feel right about it anymore. Even though there's nothing wrong with it, the Bible says to people who preach the word, they're due double honor. It's talking about finances, just so you know. But and I'm not living like a king or anything of that sort. I want people to know that I don't have my own private jet. I don't have fanciest cars in the world. And, I don't live, I'm not living the high life, except when me and Sean go to the island. That's about the highest we get. No. But honestly, in all seriousness now, I'm not going to tell you I ain't never going to have to charge for anything else as long as I live, because we have to pay for that stuff. If we put something out, we're going to have to charge, something for it, because people make it. They have to. It's hard to make. I have to make it sometimes. It kills me to make it. Sometimes other people have to help me. It's hard, very hard to do the way we're set up. That's why sometimes people have to wait for things a lot of times, and they think if they're new, they don't realize that things have to be waited for, because I'm not a company or anything of that sort. It's just a bunch of hard work is all. And limited manpower, to say the least, and hard work. And therefore, everything anybody asks for, they get eventually. It's just sometimes it takes a little while.